A lifetime in repeat.
Alright guys, welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and we gotta find this weird robot guy, so let's go. So, whoever that is running around, why are they wearing that weird costume? Don't bother looking for a reason for my deviant. So, what are we gonna do, split up and look around? Our opponent is very dangerous, we don't know what they're capable of, even here. What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Really? Up on the second floor, then? You bastard, you won't get away from me. We all shot toward the stairs. He must be around here somewhere. Let's split up and corner him. But don't take any chances. As soon as you find him, call out and I'll come running. Okay, but what should we yell? Anything, it doesn't matter. Then it's then. Okay. Or do ya, or whatever you want, just yell loud enough so we can hear ya. I've never heard such a reaction. Okay, whatever, just hurry up and start looking around, okay? Let's go. Hey, Mr. Robot, where are you hiding? If you don't come out, we're gonna come to missing ya. We spread out in every direction to track down the costumed suspect. Nope. That strange cry. That had to be Celeste. It came from the floor above. She's on the third floor. I sprinted up to the third floor. Over here, everyone. Everyone heard the scream, came running. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. He must be down this hall. Come on, let's go. What is it now? Whoa, it's really true. But that doesn't matter right now. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we've got to go back. What about the suspect? We've gone through all this trouble to capture him, right? Then why don't we split it into two groups? Oh, the hunting party? That seems much more interesting. Very well then, Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. We'll leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Tako, Sakura, and Byakuya. We'll handle it. Just go take care of Hifumi. Okay, you guys be careful. With that, we just split into two groups. Me, Celeste, and Hina all ran downstairs to the first floor. He's in the nurse's office. Let's go. We stormed into the nurse's office and was greeted was a world of dripping crimson. Oh no. Oh god. Everything was covered in red. And in the center of all this red was Hifumi? It looks like something very, very bad has happened. I certainly was not expecting this. I didn't imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Murdered? You're not serious, are you? He's not really dead, is he? What the? That was the body discovery announcement. The body discovery announcement. When 3 or more people discover a body after a murder, that's what plays. And since we just heard it, that means it must mean Hifumi, someone killed him. One of us. One of us? And look at that. When Celeste said that, she pointed to something on the floor, something that had also been on the floor after the last 2 surprise attacks. I didn't want to hit that. I wanted to hit the hammer. Another hammer. Justice Hammer 3. And it's even bigger than the other two. Just as I suspected, one strike from that and you are finished. Then the killer... There can be no doubt that the suspicious individual, going by what Hifumi called him, the culprit must be Robo Justice. Whoever's hiding in that costume was one that killed Hifumi. But wait, you saw him on the 3rd floor, right? Running back into the hall? So how did he end up in the nurse's office? You're not saying like they teleported or something, right? We can figure that part out later. Right now we have to tell the others. You're right. Then shall we go? Hina, snap out of it. Are you okay, Hina? I'm not sure if I can move right now. I'm feeling kinda... This is a problem. We can't just leave Hina here alone. Okay, then I'll go get everyone. You stay in here with Hina. Very well. I'll leave it to you then. Okay, I'll be back soon. I tried to sound confident and upbeat, but I still hadn't stopped trembling from what I had just been through. Everyone else is already on the 3rd floor. I have to hurry. This is where everyone's chasing after a suspicious individual. Where was he headed? Down the hall. He ran off going further down the hallway. Way in the back of the hallway? I'm not sure. Weird. The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. Oh my god. There, in a pool of his own blood, was Taka, dead. Hifumi's body discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to 2 nightmares, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is this reality, the reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Another hammer. Now it's just a September 4 and it's even bigger than before. And is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too? Taka. Damn it, why did this have to happen? Toko? Don't tell me, Toko too? Relax, she just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. When Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood. Huh. We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her there for now. Or no luck, just leave her there for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer number 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me. Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too. Hifumi's been killed? Yeah. Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out. Of course, come on. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out to the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Celeste, Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi is dead, right? Well, that's not all. It is gone. What is gone? It's disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What? What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous. Are you serious? What the heck is happening here? Everyone back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It's just disappeared? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, and we were only gone for like a minute, and then when we got back, this must have been the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're just going to die just like those guys died. I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear. First there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies have been taken? This is unnatural. Hold on, what did you mean 2 murders? Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room. It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be. Hina, calm down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might not be the next target, Toka? Huh? I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room. You left her at the scene of a crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up. So she is still unconscious? Wait, so you knew she was still up there and he said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her. Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone, stop fighting. Right now, we need to hurry back. Can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die. Byakuya, if something happens to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there... Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and I know what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before. What are you saying? Taka disappeared too? Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us. Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies? When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone who was here was on the 3rd floor together. After that, we split into 2 groups. And now this time you came all here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? That's not it at all. Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi, which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be no other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Oh, that's right, there's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people. And as long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were, they would break the rule. I'd mince you without a second thought. Mince you, grind you, turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish like shrimp or crabs? Indeed. So since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more. You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said I would be better off without her, though. Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the two missing bodies. The two missing bodies. Two people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi and the only one who could have done it is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in the case, where'd she go? Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward. Very well. Let us split up and begin searching. There's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case. I know that. I mean, I think I do, but if you're still nervous, I'll come with you. Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room and followed by the others. I have to try and find the two missing bodies. God, I don't know. I don't know even where to start. I guess just looking in all the rooms. Huh? The door must be locked. Okay. Bodies? None here. Okay, so there's no bodies in here either. Makoto, why are you just standing there? We need to get to the respiratory. Huh? You mean... I found them. Hifumi and Taka's body have been both hidden in the respiratory. I've already told Hina and Sakura we'll go on ahead. How was I supposed to know to go there? I don't even know where that is. I don't even know where that is. Okay, so I guess the respiratory is the art room? That doesn't make sense, but okay. Are the bodies here somewhere? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. In this fucking locked door? Up ahead is the respiratory. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... the two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for the second time. And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but it turns out I was right. Just hand it over already. Now, make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay? Well then, now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know. Dead. Gone forever. And they're never coming back. Awful. This is just too awful. Hina suddenly bursted into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body. Large, wet tears fall from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. This wasn't. His memories are blending all together. He has nothing useful to offer to us. His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death, for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hima's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality. You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat. You're just angry, going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yashihiro, right? Yashihiro Hakakure. That is the only person who it could have been he referring to. And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going as far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is? If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this is no time at all for life or death, the trial will conclude without much trouble. Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. And I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. First, I better check on the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is, though, that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it. Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when me and Celeste were attacked, or when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial? They don't get to... So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it. So you're saying nobody worked together at this time either? Sorry, I can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in murder, only one Blackened can graduate, and an accomplice gets nothing. Then we only need to figure out who the Blackened is, the one Blackened is that did the killing, just like normal. Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, you need to determine is the one true Blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true Blackened, so just one person. That's enough explainifying. Now it's time for the final battle between Olivia and the Blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one Blackened, an accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, you don't think we should consider a certain someone as a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murder spree and genocide Jack. What? I'm offended. You? When did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were never to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? Why do I gotta be a suspect? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what, I'm like a special suspect every time? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard a Fumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not going to kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't all call me the murderous fiend for nothing. That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. On another topic, should we post guard by the bodies again like before? We can't have them disappearing again. Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyways. Then that's it. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, he died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what he used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid around his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there would be any blood left behind while the body was moved? Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to the respiratory? All the way from the first floor to the third, and without anyone noticing? How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I can remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal energy was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? There are hammers all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here were obviously seen in a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, one of the hammers isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Hmm. No, I didn't want to click him. I wanted to click the cart. Okay, it's not going to let me. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not done investigating things. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it used to move the statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So the blood on the wheel from the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the respiratory. What's the explanation for that? Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the respiratory. Huh? What is it? After Ifumi and Taka's body disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the respiratory to, look around. But when we got here, the respiratory was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the second search started. Or as the search started, so there was no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it, and why was it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave the area to figure it out. Yeah. The door can only be locked from the inside, the respiratory, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura both confirmed that the door locked after the search for the bodies began. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the respiratory and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. So that certain someone, Hina claims that there was no way someone could have been there between them or beaten them to the respiratory. Was it the killer who was still roaming free, or was it one of the victims? There are many aspects to the incident at this time, too many to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. Would you like my help? Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody else showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. Soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came up and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about half an hour. Or about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo's Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had been apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste was... oh, yeah. And then, at that point, we decided to split up into two groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Yubiaki and Toko pursued the suspect up on the third floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the third floor to tell the others what happened. But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time, because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Bianca that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Bianca all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who was fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and ran back up to the equipment room. This time, Taka's body had disappeared, so from there we began our search for both missing bodies, and after some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies, and we all headed here. And then we rediscovered the two bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name. Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, then why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face wasn't his face was discovered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see? I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there was a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? Is that all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is why they bother killing two people. Because all the rule says if you can kill someone, you get away with it. You graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But by killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on, perhaps? I see. So what that means, is everything okay? Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What was the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun after this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the respiratory. He talked as if he figured something out. But if he did, it would have killed him to tell. Would it have killed him to tell me what it was? There's got to be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know, but first the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. And on that note, guys, I'm going to leave it here. And in the next video, we will come back and finish the trial. I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am. Make sure you leave a like and a comment. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and hit the bell to let you know when I upload. Later.